Hello, and welcome to the top 5 Skyrim mods of the month for November and December 2023. As it's been the holidays, I've not had time to make a video just for November, so I'm combining the months together. Also, since some of these mods released, there's been a big new Skyrim update, but I haven't updated yet. So as for which versions of Skyrim each of these mods are now compatible with, that's just something that will change over time, so there's no point of me getting into that for the video. You'll have to see what the mod author says on their Nexus page. Anyway, as usual, I'll be using a mix of the highest rated mods and a few personal favourites. They're also in no particular order, and let's begin. I find fishing is just so fitting within Skyrim, like it's the perfect world to just sit back and relax in. But the fishing gameplay does leave a lot to be desired, so this mod offers an overhaul that doesn't replace the system, but instead adds to it to make it feel more natural. Firstly, you can actually look around now, and enter third person while fishing. And it can look a little jank, especially if you have some other mods affecting your player body, but it's definitely better than nothing. Then there's new quest dialogue, which adds more things for NPCs to say, rather than just them quietly giving you a note to read.
They're my friends. Yes, you heard correctly. I'm sure you understand.
And all the dialogue is taken from in-game voice lines, in case you're wondering if it's AI or not. There's even new NPC reactions, or some will ask you how your fishing is going, or even your own followers might have something to say.
Mind your step.
And finally, there's an optional bait requirement. So if you turn this on, small insects and animal parts in your inventory will be consumed and used as fishing bait. Just to add a bit of balance, so fishing isn't just a way to get free items every day. A huge part of Skyrim's charm is how interactable the world is, and this mod continues to add to it, with visible farm produce. So now you'll find apple and pear trees where you can simply pick from it, and carrot and tomato plants are also scattered about, ripe for the taking, or stealing. The pears are actually a new item added by this mod, and they come with some new food recipes that sound rather delicious. Plus there's new scarecrows added around certain farms, just adding a nice little touch. Much like the fishing overhaul, this mod will also have the world react to you, this time with bows. If you're around NPCs and draw your bow at them, some will complain.
Hey, watch it!
Some low-level ones will run away, and some may even draw their weapon and threaten you. You'll even get a bounty if you aim at them for over 10 seconds. Of course, this only works if the NPCs actually see you, plus followers and those with a high relationship status won't complain. Just a simple thing that adds more reactivity to the world. JK's location overhauls have been around for as long as I can remember, and yet they're still releasing top quality mods to this day. This time the focus is around Solitude's outskirts, including the sawmill, docks, farm and stables. It adds way more clutter, wooden pillars and stone buildings, all completely fitting with Solitude's prestigious theme. And I love how it makes Solitude feel way larger, as if it actually starts before you load into the actual city area. And yeah, it's a JK mod, so you know it's of the highest quality. The quest mods from Creation Club can be a bit of a mixed bag. They're fun and well polished, but they still feel a little limited and like a mod rather than something that's part of the base game. So, ironically, this mod aims to improve the quality of the Goblins add-on. So there's a lot of details, all of which you can read on the Nexus page, but I'll bullet point the key changes. Originally, the quest started after finding a random note inside an inn, but now it starts after finding a journal by a crashed caravan, which feels far more natural. Plus now you can't accidentally skip the quest intro and lore by going straight to the Goblin Cave, as a tree log covers it until you found the journal. Then there's the goblins themselves, where the originals had sort of plasticky textures, and they were just way too big. Like maybe there's a lore thing that I don't know about, but personally I think goblins should always be small. So that's what this mod fixes, with them being way smaller and having far better textures. Plus there's more of them in general, because, you know, goblins always have their little communities. On top of this, there's new clutter scattered about, tweaks to the goblin follower stats, new weapon textures and more. It definitely makes this add-on feel less lifeless, and brings it up to par with many of Skyrim's best quests. This new heavy armour set can be found out in the world, and it's just glorious. With an engraved silver chestplate, leather leggings, and fur shoulder pads, it creates a regal look that doesn't go too overboard. Although, even if there's any part you don't like, it's pretty modular, so you can mix and match with other armours. It even comes with a couple shiny silver weapons to fit the theme. And yeah, it's an incredibly high quality armour where the design speaks for itself. So I'll start off by saying this mod is an early work in progress, but it shows a lot of promise, and I still think it's worthy of being on the list. So if any of you have been playing Baldur's Gate 3, you'll know that whenever you return to camp, it'll be thematically designed based on your location. And basically, this mod does the same thing, but for Skyrim's dungeons. So, say you're in a Nordic ruin and select the camping option that you can craft for your inventory, you'll be teleported to a camp which best fits the local design. And while sure, you'll just have to assume that you found somewhere to rest nearby, it's still incredibly handy, especially for resting in survival mode. Now, the unique design is what really sells the mod. Although, as of making this video, only the Nordic ruins are complete. In any other dungeon, you'll just be sent to a normal looking camp, which is fine, but it doesn't quite hit the same. But the mod author has plans for numerous other dungeon types, like Forsworn camps, Falmer camps, and so on. So keep checking on their Nexus page for updates. That may be a bit late for some holiday festivities, but you know, spreading cheer is for all the year. And it doesn't change the fact that this is just a great quest mod.
Indeed.
So, this brings the Breton holiday of Saturalia to Skyrim, where you'll spend a couple hours cheering up fully voiced NPCs and spreading that Saturalia joy. There's no monster slaying or dungeon diving, you're simply having conversations and figuring out the best way to help those in need. And, depending on how good you are at helping, you'll see places improved with more food and decoration, and even some NPCs will move house. A truly joyous mod that fits pretty seamlessly and can be enjoyed all year long. The description framework allows mod authors to add a little piece of descriptive text to any miscellaneous item, which is obviously very useful for any custom items added in. Like for a quest adding a strange artifact used for a puzzle, it can have a piece of text describing exactly what it is. And what I'm using as an example here is the Vanilla Items Description mod, which uses this new framework to add flavor text to a huge amount of vanilla items. It doesn't go overboard or try to make jokes or anything, it just simply describes a bunch of items. A lot of NPC overhauls avoid Argonians because it's just a bit awkward with how unique they are, but this mod not only overhauls the appearance of every Argonian, it adds a level of detail and character to each of their designs that makes it truly stand out. There's new head shapes, tails, feathers, fins, horns, spikes, and a huge range of colours. It gives each Argonian a ton of personality, and they finally stand out rather than just being different shades of the same design. Okay, bit of a random ending, but look at this mod adding Lae'zel from Baldur's Gate. Like, why does it look so good? Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a like, so it helps the channel grow. And a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, Bishop Fox, Alex Campbell, Connor Peterson, Esteban, John Retz, Ter Aura, Jaden Shaw, Jake Carlo, Dweezil P. Pants, Rook, Alec Bentley, Jack Ma, and Christian Howell. I really appreciate all you've given me over this Christmas season, and you know, treat yourself to a little something as well. And thank you all, and farewell.